Hi, and welcome to Marcel Creations. Okay, Easter's over, summer's almost here. We're in late spring, and I'm super excited about today's haul. It's very tiny, but I've got some really great stuff in it. First of all, my favorite holiday on the entire planet is got to be 4th of July. And I have this cute as a button outfit. This is a Temu haul, by the way, of course. And I have this adorable, I think they call these peekaboo shirts, but it's red, white, and blue, and I'm so excited. If you order from Temu, they come, all of my clothes, everything I've ever ordered as far as clothing-wise has always, well, shoes as well, has always come in this really nice plastic bag. If you order stuff from Temu and get these bags, I highly suggest hanging on to these because these are great to put your silicone molds into. If you do silicone, maybe you just order clothes and then that's not going to be worth anything to you. But I would put a lot of different stuff in this. So these bags are super nice. They're really durable. They're not super heavy duty, but they're plenty heavy duty for a lot of different things. So I suggest recycling these if you can. They're just really nice bags. Just my 2 cents worth. Okay. Now, from the Dollar Tree, I bought some of these glasses. And my thought process on this, and I don't know where I get some of these ideas, they seem pretty crazy, is I want to do a fishbowl in this with resin. That's my goal. So I'm going to put sand in the bottom, and then I want to do some seashells and maybe some small rocks, and then fill very, very light blue. I want to put a blue layer of resin in there for the water. And I was trying to figure out how to get fish and stuff like that incorporated into it. And I found these adorable little, these are koi, but it would still work. And you buy it and it's a variety, a pack of different colors. So there's almost looks like a carp. That little, I hope I can get it out of my finger. Little black and silver one. They've got red ones, yellow, pink. There is one gold in there. But I also ordered some that have like octopus and sharks and eels and stingrays and stuff like that in it. So I want to try to do that sometime this summer. Make this and have it look like a little aquarium. I don't know how that'll work. The biggest issue is going to be to get these into the water or the resin, the blue resin, without them floating because they are plastic. So I got to figure out how to do that. Whether I hot glue a fishing line, a fine fishing line, you know, like a 1 or 2 pound fishing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But that's my goal, is I'm going to figure out how to do that this summer. And I want to make these into a couple of the little aquariums. So super excited about that one. That one's been on my to-do list for a couple of months. This is a fun little resin mold that's in the shape of hearts, but they have a little, I don't know what that's called, but it's got a little loop on the top. So you could put like, let me get one out here. It's so nice to have all this stuff handy. You could put like a rope chain through that and make these independents. You could turn them into keychains as well, put a keychain through the center of that. But I'm super excited to try these. They don't look very shiny, so I don't know how that's going to work. I want them super shiny. So if they end up not being shiny, I'll put some UV resin on them and make them shiny. But I'm really excited to try these. I think these are going to be really pretty. For today's project, what I want to do, I ordered some of these DTF patterns. Some stuff that sells well on Etsy when I make it. But when I make it with my Cricut, while I've not had any issues with it, my biggest fear is always, is it going to come off? I've not had anybody complain that they've come off. But essentially they are just stickers. These have a lot stronger grip on the back of them, And this is kind of the pattern I use anyway. They're all the same, aren't they? Yeah. And mine's a little different, but I do use watercolored paw prints on my other cups. And like I said, I have never had anybody complain about it. But not only are these not going to be an issue to come off, they're already made. And they weren't terribly expensive. And we're actually going to do one today, and I'll show you how to do that. They're so easy. So I have that pattern. I have this one, which I sell out of quite often. So these are same thing. They're just, instead of being in color, they're smaller and they're just black and white patterned. These are super cute. This is probably closer to the pattern that I have on my cups that I cut out on my Cricut, the watercolor like these. Love that. You can also pull these off individually, every single paw print, and you can hand place them because this is one sticker. This is a single sticker. That's a sticker. So they'll all come off individually, and you can just hand place them onto a cup as well. This one, I know for a fact I sold out of those. There's another one in black and white, and then a fourth one. And then bows are super popular right now. So I did go ahead and order these. These are cute. I love these with the little flowers on them. The cherries seem to be really popular. Some more bows. The hearts. Oh, cherries and bows. Now you got both worlds. That's cute. And then, oh, they look like little disco balls. So there are some of those. The only downside to ordering stuff like this, like in this kind of a packet, well, in all of these except for the colored one, is you only get one of each pattern. So when I put it on a cup and when it sells, that's great, but I have to order the entire package in order to get just that one. So that is the downside. Unless you have a DTF printer, which I do not. I would love to have one, but they are insanely expensive. Or you can order them as well. You can, I've seen multiple companies out there that will print sheets of it. You design whatever you want. Like the ones that I have, I hadn't thought of that until this very second. The ones that I create with the watercolored backgrounds, I could order them just like this, and they could go on. They're so much easier to apply. Anyhow, so I have all these, and I am gonna do the dog ones, or maybe we'll do one of the bows. I don't know. We'll see. But I think we're gonna do one of those today. And then the end of the school year is coming, so I thought we need to look at some teacher appreciation gifts to put onto my Etsy store. So I bought some teacher DTF prints. So we have these, super cute. These are better probably for like coffee cups because they're a little smaller. That's probably what I'll put these on, actually, is on a coffee cup. If I'd have ordered two, I could have put one on each side of the glass cup. Teach them, love them, watch them grow. Teaching is a work of heart. So just some teacher appreciation gifts. These are super easy for anybody to make and give away to your kids as teachers. All right, so what do you think? I only brought one cup over here with me today. I am a huge fan of animals. Dogs are my weakness. I love my critters. I am kind of liking this bow with the, which one should we do? I already have some of these with my watercolors, so let's try this one. So let me show you how we work these, how we make those. These are the glasses that I ordered. I get mine off of Amazon. You can get them from all over the place. I'll just put the link that I use for mine down in the description below. And all we're gonna do is I'm gonna get a paper towel. Typically I have little blue ones, shop towels, and they don't have any lint on them, but I must have used them all. They're not sitting here. And get some alcohol and spray it on our cup. Most important thing is once you clean this, don't touch the outside of it again until you're completely done. And what that does is it gets not only dirt off of there, but any grease or lotion or anything like that off of it, and that helps this adhere more permanently. So Next thing we're gonna do is it goes all the way around, so we're good to go there. And then the way I like to do it, and there's a bazillion ways to do this, mine's not necessarily the right way, it's just the way that works for me. You do it however works for you. I take it and I peel it back about an inch, half an inch to an inch, fold that over. Don't touch the sticky part because you don't want to get any oil or anything behind your sticker. That'll affect how it lays on. Oh, for crying out loud, don't do that. Pick up your cup. Get it where you want it. And then I like to make sure that the edges line up with each other, and then press it down. And then it's super easy from here. Usually I have one of these with a squeegee on the end of it, and I don't know where my squeegee's at and why it's not sitting here where it belongs. This will work. All right, so just simply push that down, make sure it's adhered very well. And then we are going to start peeling this back. And once it gets started, it's just gonna roll. And you're just gonna push this all the way around. I can touch the glass here because it's protected now. And then you just take your squeegee and go over the whole thing to make sure that it's adhered really, really well to your glass. I got some wrinkles, but it's in the clear. That's not gonna hurt anything. You don't want wrinkles in your stickers. That's the most important part. All right, and we're back to the beginning. So I'm just gonna take a hold of the clear plastic tape stuff. I don't know honestly what that is, but it is super strong and super duper sticky. And then you just peel it away. Monitor your project. Make sure nothing's coming up. Nothing is. We squeegeed it really well. I don't think we're gonna lose anything. It should come off really nice. And if this gets to be too much for you, you can tuck it over to itself. You can cut it off. Whatever you need to do to help you get through the rest of the cup. Super cute. Oh my gosh. That is darling. And then they all come with a bamboo lid and a glass straw and a straw cleaner. And I sell them all as a single unit. Isn't that cute as a button? And then what I would do is I'll go over it again with some alcohol, and that just cleans off any of that sticky residue that might still be left over from that clear piece of adhesive. There we go. So there you go. That's how to do those. These are some of the stickers that I use when I put them on the glasses. So this is one that I've done. I did it on my Cricut. So I printed it on vinyl, and then I took a piece of holographic vinyl. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on that, but I took a piece of holographic vinyl, which basically seals that and makes it waterproof so that the color doesn't come off as well. And I covered the sticker with that holographic vinyl, and it gives it a little bit of shimmer shine, and then it also protects the color on that so it doesn't come off. My cups are not dishwasher safe. The water pressure coming up against these, it's too much for those. You can hand wash them, but don't soak them, and you can't put them in the dishwasher. These are dishwasher safe. You can put these in the dishwasher. I would still not recommend it. It says you can do it. These are made with handmade with love, and they need to be treated with love. So I make it a habit to tell people to not put them in the dishwasher. Whether or not you do, that's up to you. And then these are all the little stickers that I have, and I'm actually going to put just the stickers on my Etsy store as well, because I think the stickers are really cute and somebody might really like those. And then there's the little hearts that I put with those. And I take these, I peel the backs off, and then I put them on by hand. Each sticker, I hand lay those on there. So that's how I make mine with my Cricut. So you can see how much quicker this was to make when you just lay it all out and you roll it all up. Put mine back together. And then I store these on a shelf, and when somebody orders them, they're already clean. I've already cleaned them with alcohol. I don't care where you order your cups from. You always need to make sure that you hand wash them, especially on the insides before you use them, just because. And these are my watercolor paw prints that I make. So they have little hearts on them, the paw prints. They got little paw prints with the hearts. This is a good seller of mine. I sell quite a few of these. And again, I lay these all out by hand as well. But they are not individual. I have a sticker sheet, and instead of cutting them apart like I do on these, I cut the, well, when you pull it out, when you pull the back off, these are all going to be individuals. So I take adhesive tape, I take transfer tape, and I lay over the top of it, and I transfer them from my backing onto the glass. So these, I think, are just a little bit more work because there are a lot of pieces, individual pieces to get on here. But the colors are just phenomenal. Again, I cover it with a piece of holographic vinyl to give it a little bit of extra shimmer, shimmer, shine. And I think they're adorable. They're really, really cute. This is a great starter project for somebody that might want to make glass mugs. People sell these all the time on Etsy and Shopify. So very, very common. All right, let's do one more, and we're going to do this one here. So one more time, we're going to take it all apart. Give it a quick spray down. Clean anything that might be on the glass. Make sure not to touch that glass again now until this is on it. I like to use my squeegee. It's got that little rib through the middle, and it kind of helps hold my glass still, so it's not rolling around on my table. All right, and again, I look at my sheet. This end is the one that doesn't have the stickers all the way up to the end, so this is the part that I will peel back. I'm gonna end up dumping those. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. And what do I do with my lid? There we go, all done. And that'll go on my Etsy store. Super easy to make. What do you think? Anybody can do this, promise. It's not hard. The most important part is to make sure that your glass is super duper clean, so that when you lay this down, it's got a really good bond. It's got the best chance of adhering to it. And then let this cure. I would leave it alone for several days, even maybe a week, and let it really adhere to the glass really, really well. And there you go. So thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you were inspired. Maybe you can do something like this. These patterns aren't expensive. I put on the screen how much I pay for these. The biggest thing when you order them from Temu, they are inexpensive. You just have to wait for them. They do take quite a while to get here. Other than that, these are great ones to learn with. So, and I think the box, well, I'll put the price of the glass containers on there. I think it's a box of 20, I want to say 20 or 24 of these. So they're not terribly expensive either, and they make really good gifts. So all right, you guys take care. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave me a comment. And if you do any of these, I'd love to see them. If you want to post them on our Facebook page, that link is in the description below. You guys take care. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.